That's where freedom lies. Freedom and happiness lies in the ability for you to control yourself. If you can't resist temptations and you can't restrain yourself from doing certain things that you think are going to give you more pleasure, whether that's making money in the markets, whether that's other habits, whatever it might be, binge eating, anything. If you can't restrain yourself as a person, what are you going to achieve in life? Really think about that for a minute. If you think that you can just eat shit and just not restrain yourself and all these things, and then it comes to trading the market successfully, how are you actually going to do that? You've got to use your sense. I've checked your company accounts. They don't the success you're always posting. How do you measure your trading results? I don't know where you checked company accounts, because that's got nothing to do with students making money. So I have no idea about that. I track my own personal results on my FX book, but that's my investors only. So we've never been for posting our trading results. We've never been for posting all of that stuff, because one, yes, it will show people, oh great, they're showing us that they can do this, they can do that, whatever. But there's always going to be a group of people that turn around and say, you know what, that's fake, or this, whatever. We've been down the road in the past and it's not the right road to go down. It attracts the wrong kind of people, because the people are too thick to understand that. Let me give you an example. If I've got two people in a room and both are athletes, right? So say there's 3 people in total, me and 2 other athletes. And one of them is sat there and thinking, I need to see, say if he's, say for all professional tennis players, right? Professional golfers, let's say. Professional golfers. And I'm a world-class champion. And one guy on the right is saying, I need to see you play golf to understand how good you are. Another guy on the left is a more experienced player who can literally gauge how good I am because of how I'm talking about golf, as an example, right? That's how it is. That's how trading is. That's how any high-performance sport is. You can tell how good somebody is if, one, you've got experience to see that, and secondly, how they're talking about their craft in the field. Because one thing that cannot be faked is experience, right? I can post my FX book link public. I track everything on there. I can also fake my FX book. What you people don't realize is that brokers, right? You can pay brokers off if you're affiliated with them, and they can create fake service for you and show fake trading history. They can show fake verification. It can show a real account. It can show fake withdrawals. Everything can be fake nowadays. So there's no end to it. You might think it may give you assurance, but believe you me, 6 months down the line with that mentality, what's going to happen, which I understand, I'm not saying you're a bad person for anybody else that's thinking that way. 6 months down the line, it'll be getting a little bit difficult for you. Take care, Marvin. And you might come across some difficulties or whatever. You'll be hearing other traders doing this and this, and your mind will find things negative and say, well, do you know what? Yeah, they showed me a track record, but I don't know, there's something missing about it, so I'll maybe try and learn off this person who seems a little bit more legit. And that cycle will continue to repeat to save people from their own disaster, so to speak, or their own self-destruction. We refrain from all these things. There's no point. If people don't think we're legit, or whatever it is, because we don't post results, broker results or broker statements or all that kind of stuff, or verified track record results, then you guys can go find education somewhere else. We're totally not bothered with that. And we don't mean that disrespectfully at all in a rude way. That's just how we run business and run things around here. So another part of it is this, as I said, one thing that cannot be faked is experience. Somebody who's experienced and knows their stuff can tell if somebody's bullshitting. That's just the facts of it. It's like if I was to sit with a billionaire and I was to tell him I'm a billionaire, but let's say I was only worth like 50 million, right? Without him having to look at my bank account, he'll know I'm full of shit. That's just the way it works. And I've learned that through my own experience. I've given my track record to people privately before, when I was a lot less mature with these things a few years back, and I got told it was fake. So I have made a promise to myself, and we've all made a promise to ourselves, that we're not going to go down that route again, because it attracts the wrong type of attention. What should I do to stop missing some trades which I have forecasted? Look, I don't know. There could be so many different things that you're doing. These are very vague questions. Although they're coming from a good place in your heart, they're very vague. You could be doing hundreds of different things that are leading you to miss trades. So it's a lot of these questions are best answered when there's a one-to-one. And I can physically look at all of your trading. And this is why having mentorship is important. Having an over-the-shoulder look is very important. But my advice is this, and I'm not saying this sarcastically, please exercise your common sense, right? Really look at things holistically and reverse engineer. Reverse engineering is a trick to solving a lot of problems in trading. Reverse engineer and just use common sense. You'll find you'll find your answer. I have no idea about SMC. I can't give you any advice on that. So as I said, going back to the My Forex Fund stats, who in here, drop in the comments, who's actually seen the My Forex Fund stats? Because I don't want to be talking about it and you guys have no idea what I'm talking about. Does everybody know who My Forex Funds is? And if you do, have you checked their stats? My training is going good, Michael. We're just fasting at the moment this month, so I'm a little bit weaker, physically, naturally. I've fallen a little bit ill, not because of the fasting, but just a lot of exhaustion over the past few days. But yeah, it's going good. It's going very well. Okay, so you're all aware of My Forex Funds, okay? And you're all aware of their stats. Now, if you've read the stats, you know that people naturally who hold trades for 6 hours or less, on a statistical basis, almost all of them lose their accounts. But the key thing in those stats is that the best performing traders take the fewest trades every month. Now, I can guarantee you that those traders don't have an intention to take fewer trades in the month. They just happen to get involved in fewer trades in the month because their decision making is a lot more higher quality. They have disciplined decision making, very high quality, well thought out, calculated decisions. As a side effect, they end up getting involved in less trades. So remember this, their intention is not to get involved in less trades. They just happen to, as a side effect of proper decision making, get involved in less trades. That's the difference. Because what a lot of you might think is, so that means the best traders take less trades, so I'm limiting myself to 1 trade a week. No. Up the quality of your decisions and you'll get involved in less trades. Yeah, I don't limit the amount of trades I take. I really don't. Whatever the market gives me, it gives me. Sometimes I'll take 4, sometimes I'll take 6, sometimes I'll take 10, sometimes I'll take 2. I don't put my ego in the market and think, I am doing this, I'm doing that. I just literally see, okay, I will take whatever the market gives me so long as it fits those 2 questions. It fits the effective plan and the risk measurement is correct for that situation. And I judge what kind of risk of trade I'm taking based on my financial circumstances in my account. Black and white. Nothing too complicated. Listen, forget the PDFs, right? Forget all this. Get the membership and get in. Otherwise, you're going to waste your time. Do you have any course for trading? Link is in the bio. Steep flag or bull flag movement exist. What are you talking about? Please think. I would encourage all of you to think about your questions before you ask them, because when they come out, they make no sense at all. The quality of your questions is going to dictate your success. Believe me. So if you're asking silly questions, then there's no wonder why you're still having problems. Think about your questions first. It doesn't take a rocket scientist. Can I grow a $10 account all the way to 6 figures? My friend, you might as well go get a job at McDonald's. You'll have more of a chance of making money through working there. We're supposed to be traders, not gamblers. What are you thinking about? $10 account all the way to 6 figures? Go get a job, wherever you are. Go earn some money, go stack some cash, go hustle, wherever you are. Wash cars, do people's gardens, whatever, stack boxes, whatever you got. Any part of the world, there's some ways to make money no matter where you are. If you can afford to be on a phone watching Instagram Live with internet connection, surely you don't live in the middle of nowhere where you've got nothing and no access to anything. If you can afford a phone to get on an Instagram Live, I can guarantee you live in a place where you can earn some money if you really try and work hard. Forget trading in the meantime, go earn some money, stack some cash, learn the skill in the meantime and make it work. Someone who really wants it, you can put them on the streets and they'll make it work. I was willing to do that. When I left college, I literally made an oath because I was getting forced to go back into college. I said, "You kick me out of the house, I will go live on the streets. I'll go find somewhere to stay, and I'll go in the public library and use the internet for free, right? And bring my notepad. I will do whatever it takes. I will work. I'll do whatever it takes." And I was genuinely willing. I'm not joking. If you guys think I'm genuinely serious, I was fully willing to do that. So my friends will attest to this. I was literally asking them if I could stay at the house if worse comes to worse. I was willing to drop everything. I was willing to get kicked out of my own house and live on the streets for this. This is how much of a commitment you have to have. It's not easy, but you can make it work wherever you are. Believe me, you can. Every one of you in here, because every one of you cannot deny that you can afford a phone with an internet connection to watch Instagram Live. If you can afford a mobile phone with a bloody internet connection, that means you've at least got a roof over your head. Unless every time these lives happen, you're going to some public place or whatever. So every one of you in here is in a situation to make it work. The people that I'm more concerned about are the ones that haven't got a phone, can't afford a phone, or an internet connection. That's a different scenario. So, in-house proprietary firm, in-house psychology program, talking about Rewired for a minute. Messages that I get, I can't put confidentiality, and also certain people that won't be comfortable with me sharing the message because we have private conversations. But if I could disclose all the messages I get on my personal Instagram regarding how much money and time and energy people just like you have wasted on taking these challenges, it shows to you why the majority of the world don't ever end up achieving anything. If you guys were just to 1 second, if you say that you want to succeed, if you were to just have a bird's eye view on the retail trading industry, which you're all retail traders, by the way, if anybody's told you different, you're all retail traders. Whether you like it or not, you're a retail trader. Doesn't matter how you trade. If you were to look at a bird's eye perspective on our space, our industry, and you were to study the human psychology, right? You were to study the patterns in human behavior and look at sort of the behavioral economics of how humans are, you will realize why success is very, very rare on the earth to a high level. That's all you got to do and study. And then you got to think, how can I not be this? Because a lot of you are thinking, walking, talking, and trading like 99% of people do, yet you think you aren't because your system says otherwise. This is not what trading is about. Proper trading is having a proficient, well-structured mind. The trading system, if you guys could just see how small of an effect your trading system has, you'll be shocked. I don't care what anybody's told you. Do your research and don't just take my word for it. The same way, I'll tell you what it's like. You know, people who focus on trading systems and think the more effective my system is, the better I'm going to perform, the more money I'm going to make. This is why you guys jump from system to system and don't just stick at one thing. I'll tell you a direct comparison. Why do you think most people struggle to ever get in shape? Because they focus on training and not diet. They think the answer is in the gym. Gym is about 20% of it. Training and gym and health overall is synonymous for diet and nutrition. Nobody can deny that. How can you put on muscle? How can you gain muscle, and actually get the body of your dreams and lose fat, right? And get an ideal body if you're eating junk all the time? You can't. You might get away with it when you're young, but you can't keep that up. What are you talking about? What's the best amount to start with? That's got nothing to do with what I'm talking about. You need to understand what I'm saying here. Because like I said, this just proves a lot of you are ignorant to what I'm saying. I'm not saying that I'm some god or anything, but I'm doing this live so that you guys can understand certain points. But if you're going to be completely ignorant to it and you're just going to ask random questions that have nothing to do with what I'm saying, you are literally part of the problem again. You can take the horse to the water, you can't make it drink. I can only help you guys so much. The rest is on you. So if you're in the same position this time next year, nobody's going to come out and feel sorry for you. Nobody. You're accountable for everything. And that's just the reality. I'm sorry if that's harsh, but it's just a reality. Anyway, my point. Diet and training. Diet is the majority and nutrition is the majority of training. Right? I've been training all my life. It wasn't always weightlifting, it was for fighting. And I do attest the fact that I've got very low body fat percentage and all that. I've got a very good physique for my frame, without sounding like I'm bragging. But a lot of that was attested to fighting. But I've kept up good nutrition all my life. You know, sometimes, you know, the odd few occasions I might have a pizza or something, whatever, but don't kill you. But 95% of the time, my nutrition is spot on, and it always has been. That's just the habits that I've built from a young age. And because of that, I've always found, you know, losing fat or whatever, or putting on muscle pretty easy to put my mind to it. But that's my point. I'm not special. I'm like every single one of you in here. We're all human. We all wear our pants the same way around, I hope. We all bleed. We all breathe the same air. And we're all going to die. We're all mortal. We're all human. We're all one. My point is this. When you really understand that, you realize that, yes, there's certain truths that are truths that people have. There's my truth or your truth, but there's also the truth. The same truth that you can't fly in the air. The same truth that you can't live forever. The same truth that you're going to die one day. These are facts and truths of life. There's also facts and fundamental truths of trading. And if you avoid those truths, you're convincing yourself one day I'm going to fly, but you can't observe the very reality that gravity exists. You can't fly. Right? You can't just boom, switch gravity off and you're going to fly. Right? So that's my point. When you really understand that, things will start to change for you. 100% Joe. Very well said. To prove my point as to how ignorant people are, would it be advisable to pass a prop firm challenge and then join Falcon to scale up? What do you think? Let me let you answer the question. What do you think? Based on everything that I've just said, do you think it would be right for you to do that? Swiss yen, for anybody who said it, I think it was Marvin in the chat before. Swiss yen is shaping up beautifully. Answer the question. Do you think... Right, okay. So, let's put it this way. You have said that what I will do is first I will pass an account, even though I likely have no idea to, and then to scale up I'll join Falcon. Just as Sammy said, that's like you saying, I will only start to eat well and look after myself after I get abs. My friend, it's common sense. If you pass, 95% chance plus is going to be lucky. Because you've clearly admitted you've not got the right foundations, hence why you want to join Falcon in the first place, okay? To get those foundations set. If you've not got the correct foundations, what's going to happen if you build a castle on weak foundations? It's going to fall. Doesn't matter how high the castle goes. It might look nice, might look great. A small gust of wind will knock it back off again. Please, please, use your common sense. Okay, so what if the person doesn't have the money for the membership and could only afford it by passing the prop firm? Right. So when you pass the prop firm, you're going to get a payout, right? That payout will be $500-600 or whatever it is. You can probably keep that for about, let's say, how much a membership? That'll probably last you around 8 months, 9 months membership. Is it better for you? And you'll likely lose that account, by the way. Give it a month, give it less than that. It could be happening in 2 weeks, could happen the next week, could happen a few months later. Because you've not built it, and this is the main point, on the right foundations, what's going to happen is you're going to give that account anyway. So you're literally only relying on that one lump sum of cash. My best advice is this. Take advantage of our free content, what we've got now, because it's far more painful to know that you've passed an account with luck. It might seem great to you because you think, oh, well, I'm doing it for the Falcon membership. But human psychology doesn't work that way. You're going to pass this account and you're going to think, well, I've done it once, so I can do it again. And you're going to think, well, let me the membership or whatever it is, I'll do what I can. And then what I'll do is I'll get another account, and you'll start building and building and building, and you'll build this incorrect mindset. And we don't want that kind of mindset in our community. And my question is also this. If you can afford a propriety challenge, and you can afford to get a funding account to pay for it, why don't you just wait 2 months, save that money, and then just pay for the membership for a year? So that's my point.